OpenAI did a ton and is still doing a ton for the AI space. The launch of GPT-4 was like this huge moment, this like earthquake in the tech world where people started realizing that this is actually really good. I can use it to create content and do work for me, and it is pretty good at it. And now it can do math and do numbers and reason and all these things. Anthropic has released a series of products where they've kind of completely disrupted what's possible in the AI space. And a lot of it was tied to their latest reasoning model, Opus 4.5. It's really powerful. This does require their like max subscription. That is not a small detail, right? If you have the $20 a month Claude subscription, you can't use Cowork. It requires the next tier up, the $100 a month plan. And so that could be a good amount of money to shell out for this stuff. But what I want you to think about is in terms of what it can do for you and in terms of other software that you're using today that it might be able to replace, where you don't have to be subscribed to these 6 different things because it can do this stuff for you. And the power is, again, it has all these underpinnings of Claude Code as part of it. So there are APIs that exist for HubSpot. There's MCP for HubSpot as well. But like, even if something doesn't have MCP, chances are if it's software online, it has API endpoints that you can communicate with the software with, which we talked about, right? The computers can talk to that piece of software and get data or push data. So those APIs exist. Those APIs are documented somewhere online. So if you talk to Claude Cowork and say, I want to do this in HubSpot and this over here and connect to this over here, even if there isn't MCP, it can find those APIs. It can create code scripts in the background that handle certain tasks. It can wrap those up in a repeatable Claude skill so that the next time it does it the same way. And it can manage all of this in the background without you having to ever peek under the hood and look at the messy details of the things that it's doing. Obviously, you can verify its work and see what it's doing and make sure that it's not going crazy. You don't have to give it YOLO permissions like Matt has. You can rein it in a little bit. But point being is you don't need to understand how to write software or write code in order for it to create the code and the software that it needs to do the things that it needs to do. You don't need to understand how to connect to these systems because it understands how to connect to these systems. So all you really need to do is be able to describe what you want the result to be. And we talked about this a while ago, right? Like the power of AI and really what AGI is pushing for is the ability to ask for an outcome and then AI handles the process to get there. So you can just say, this is the outcome that I want. And it will ask you questions along the way. Like, do you want me to do it this way or this way? Do you want me to go through this thing on your computer or this thing on your computer? Are these the files you're referring to, or should I change what I'm doing? And so you don't have to look at all the messy details of how it's cleaning your house. You just close your eyes, you take a nap, you wake up, and now your house is clean. And that is what I think is this mind-blowing moment for a lot of people that this latest model from Anthropic unlocked, because now it's smart enough to do all this stuff, whereas before it was pretty smart, but it wasn't quite there.